European Union, also known as EU, is a unification of 28 European countries. Worldwide, it's usually celebrated on the 9th of May to mark the Schuman Declaration, which has lasted for more than 60 years to date. In Tanzania, where EU has its delegation, the celebration is usually marked with a number of activities for 7 whole days to promote EU's values and showcase its partnership with Tanzania.
It feels good to be here with you on this 9th of May, the day of Schuman Declaration, when 64 years ago he called for the unification of Europe in the aftermath of World War II. This celebration marks our strong conviction that regional integration and solidarity between nations can deliver sustainable peace, social justice and better lives, not only in Europe but everywhere. Just over a month ago, ladies and gentlemen, His Excellency the President Jakaya Mrisho Kikwete, along with 60 other African and European heads of state, took part in the EU-Africa Summit. The summit's theme, investing in peace, people and prosperity, translated into important commitments on European Union contribution to peace and security on the continent. A shared contribution, a shared determination to curb illegal migration and facilitate legal migration, and a clear confirmation that stronger business partnerships must equal a better future for the people of this continent.
And now let me take you back to how it all started. On the first day of our activities, we started with a press conference where the EU ambassador, Mr. Seriani Sebregondi, and all its member states ambassadors came together for a question and answer session with the press and informed on the whole EU Week program. The press is usually done at EU offices at Umoja House in Mirambo Street here in Dar es Salaam.
Good morning to everybody. I'm very happy to open this European Union Week.
On Monday we had a press event whereby we gathered more than 20 media houses, and in the afternoon on the same particular day we had an information session for NGOs dealing with human rights and democracy in the country and globally.
I would like to welcome you to the third round of local call for proposals for the European Instrument of Democracy.
In regard to the launching of the information session is an opportunity for all potential applicants to a grant scheme under the European Instrument for Democracy and Human Rights.
We moved our celebration to Zanzibar, and there we signed 2 contracts, one for energy and the second one was for NGOs, whereby they will deal with gender issues and child abuse.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, once again I take this opportunity to thank His Excellency the Ambassador and the whole European delegation team in the United Republic of Tanzania for your kind support to the people of the United Republic of Tanzania. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you.
And so we are looking at combining our efforts. We have some external monitors which we contract, which come in to look at how the implementation of a particular project is taking place. We ourselves, as EU delegation, visit the programs that are being implemented. We engage with the implementing partners, contractors. We engage with the beneficiaries of the projects to try to ascertain how the project is delivering.
Financial agreements were signed, we all gathered together to cheer up with drinks and bites at a cocktail ceremony with all invitees, including all EU-funded project representatives and partners in Zanzibar.
We went to Arusha, whereby we celebrated the EU with the East African community, and we launched a program to deal with maritime security over the Horn of Africa.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm pleased to make a statement on behalf of the East African community at this timely and strategic engagement as we celebrate the European Union Week 2014. It is time for us at the EAC Headquarters to reflect on our relationship with the European Union. As you are aware, the East African community aims at widening and deepening cooperation among the partner states in, among others, political, economic, and the social fields for their mutual benefit.
And on Thursday, we came back to Dar es Salaam, whereby we signed another contract with the Ministry of Finance, which is supposed to deal with development projects.
Through the agreements, the European Commission has availed a total of 60 million euro, which is equivalent to Tanzanian shillings 135 billion, to finance interventions in agriculture and the transport sector. Your Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, I would like, on behalf of the government of the United Republic of Tanzania, to express my sincere appreciation through you to the European Union and its member states for agreeing to extend these resources and for the valuable support we have been receiving over time. Lastly, let me once again express the government's gratitude to EU for its continued support to Tanzania.
On the same day, in the evening at Alliance Française, we had an exhibition, a dance and acrobatic performance from 11 different projects around the country on culture and creative industry funded by the European Union. We invited different stakeholders in the industry and culture lovers to come and support this important event, and the turnout was well and everybody was happy.
It's very beneficial, not community only, but also the government. So it's a good partnership, it's a good friendship within the community of Tanzania.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency Filberto Seriani. My simple message to the local community, and Honorable Filberto, allow me to put this in Swahili. Ningependa kuwaeleza ndugu zangu mlioko hapa ambao mmehusishwa katika miradi hii 11. Hakuna jamii yoyote itakayoendelea bila kuwa na utamaduni unaoeleweka. Naamini kwamba fursa hii mtaitumia vizuri kwa ajili ya kuendelea kudumisha na kuinua uelewa na utaalamu katika masuala yetu ya utamaduni.
on Friday, which is the 9th of May, the actual date of the EU celebration, we had a reception at the residence of the EU, Ambassador Filiberto Seriani Sebregondi. It was beautiful, and we had different stakeholders, all the ambassadors from the member states. We had different ministers and representatives from the government and the press who were invited.
Mheshimiwa Waziri, Honorable Minister for Energy and Minerals, Professor Suspeter Lumongo.
Ladies and gentlemen, Africa with 30 million square kilometers is the second largest continent on this planet, and we have untold mineral wealth. Africa is either number 1 or number 2 in quantities of strategic minerals. For instance, bauxite. We are having 42% of the world's reserves. Vanadium, 95%. Manganese, 82%. Industrial diamonds, 88%. Phosphates, 74%. And the gold, we are counting for 42%.
Let me ask you to raise your glass to the good health of President Jakaya Mrisho Kikwete, the President of the United Republic of Tanzania, and to the prosperity and well-being of the people of Tanzania. Cheers.
This football match was very, very important to us because it represented a colleague who passed away, who was actually in the team of organizing this football match. Before we were going to call it EU Football Match for Children, but he passed away while he was organizing it, and so we decided to call it Mikel Piras Football Tournament for Children. And lastly, we had the EU Cycle Caravan, whereby we moved more than 800 people, cycled from Mnazi Mmoja towards Ohio streets. We went up to Ocean Road at the beach. We cleaned out the beach there and we had some refreshments.
I learned that a lot of people need to cycle because it's very good for the health, and also promotes less pollution, and it's just better, I think.
Na kutuwezesha watumiaji wa baskeli tuweze kuzitumia baskeli tukiwa salama.
The initial idea of this whole week event is to interact people, make EU visible in its project in the country, and create a relationship with the beneficiary who are Tanzanians. So what they're trying to do, they're guiding us little by little until we are able to stand on our own 2 feet and be as independent as we want to be here in Tanzania.